All right, here we go. Welcome to Brand Therapy Thursday. I am Faith James, your host, your guide, your Sherpa. Today we are going to be building branded bios. Who is excited? So first things first, I want you to, if you are so inclined, to share this video. There's going to be magic happening today. We don't want to keep all the magic for ourselves. So if you know a colleague or a client or anyone that needs to amp up their bio, maybe even create a bio because they don't have one, I would love for you to share this video with them. You can certainly start a watch party and say we're creating branded bios with Faith James. Hello, Brenda Warren. How are you, beautiful? Yes, here we go. We're going to do some work today. And I'm so excited about that. Hello, beautiful Jacqueline. Good afternoon. So I was just over in the Women's Helping Women's group doing a discussion on branded bios and why it's important for you to have a bio. So the first question is, do you have a bio? And I'm not even asking you if it's a branded bio. I'm not even asking you if it's good. If I were to say to you right now, send me a copy of your bio, like right now, go into your email and attach it and send it. Could you do that? So that's either a yes or a no. Hello, AJ. Thank you for joining, dear. I love that you're here all the way from, I think you're in Ghana. I always want to say Ghana or Nigeria. But thank you for joining. Do you have a bio? This is a question, and I want this to be interactive. This is not just going to be you watching me talk. We're doing work today. Do you have a bio that you can send me? So Miss Brenda Warren says, yes, she does. Fantastic. Who else? Facebook user says no. Can you click on the, there should be a link in the video if you look at the show notes where it says, give StreamYard permission to use your name. I love to be able to address you by name, and I don't know who this is either. So the same thing for you. Could you give StreamYard permission to use your name, please? It's going to be it's just going to be better this way. Let me just see if I can get this done here for you. Oh, come on. Where did this go? 1 second. All right. I just want to make sure you guys are able to add your name. So I just want to make sure that that information is there. Okay. Yes. Thank you, AJ. AJ says he's in Ghana. Like, get it together. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me just check over here 1 second. Okay, great. So yeah, I think, yeah, it's there where it says I'm going live using StreamYard. If you could give StreamYard permission, that would be fantastic. So Jacqueline, when you say yes in your notes, what does that mean? You have a bio in your notes? Like if somebody were to say send me an attachment with your bio, can you do that? Or you say it's just copy that you would have to copy and paste in an email? Just want to check on that. And AJ says yes, but it needs updating. All right, good. You're in the right place today, AJ. So, okay, copy, paste, and send. All right. So why this is important. Good afternoon, Deb. And Deb says, yes, she can. Brilliant. I love that. Why it's important, it's because if you have an opportunity in front of you right now where somebody says, we're looking to add another panel on health and wellness, and we're narrowing it down to maybe 3 or 4 more potential speakers. Please send me your bio so we can determine if we want to have you on the panel. What are you going to do if you don't have a bio ready to go? You're going to be hurrying and scurrying, and then you're going to try to pull something together that's not going to be worthy of your brilliance. If you don't do that, then you could potentially miss out on the opportunity. And why do that? This is why we say what? Build a stay ready brand. Somebody hashtag stay ready so you don't have to get ready. It's so important that you get this deep down in your soul. While we are busy with the doing of our life, of our businesses, we must also slow down to take time to sharpen our axe. You guys, I'm sure, have heard the story, and I have to remember who said it now, but it was this idea of, if you only had this, I think it was either Jefferson or somebody said, if you only had an hour to chop down trees, they would take 45 minutes sharpening their axe, and then the remaining 15 minutes just chopping trees left, right, and center, because now you have the most sharp, perfect, ready to go axe. If you don't have your axe ready and sharpened, you don't take the time to sharpen your axe, you have this dull axe. So see this as your bio that hasn't been updated in 5 years. See this as the fact that you don't have a bio. It's not ready to go. So there you are trying to like whack and wail. You can't even get one tree down because your axe isn't sharp. You must have a stay ready brand. And so one of the key arsenals in your toolkit, right, is your bio. Right now in the marketplace, so many people looking for new work, so many people shifting careers, looking for new employment opportunities because the work that they've been doing at the company that they've been doing it for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years has folded due to pandemic. What are you going to do? HR directors are getting bombarded with inquiries. I did probably like a month ago, I did a post on Indeed for a personal assistant. And I can't even tell you the amount of inquiries I received. So people are out there looking for work, but if you don't have the tools that are going to make you stand out, because you just think as an HR director or somebody who's hiring for a position, going through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, you have to be able to stand out. You have to be able to capture and captivate the attention right away. Right away. And if they're saying we're making a decision, we're going to be adding these lists of speakers tomorrow. So we need to have everybody who's under consideration, we need to have their information and their bios in so we can decide by 2 p.m. tomorrow. And you don't have a bio and you're trying to like hurry and scurry and create something that's not going to be good because it's not been thought through, then you position yourself like you're an amateur. Build a stay ready brand. So here we go. Let me share my screen. See if I can get this up. All right. Let's see if I can get rid of this banner business here. Okay. So when you're working on creating a branded bio, there are 6 core buckets that you need to fill. So before you just start writing, this is the work, this is the prep work. Like if you're, Jacqueline will know because her hubby is in construction. When you're going to have a room painted, you have to prepare the wall, you must prime the wall, and then you add your 2, 3 coats of paint, whatever it might be. You can't just start flinging paint. So it's the same thing when you're getting ready to do your bio. You can't just start getting on a computer or have pen and just start writing. You must first prepare. And these are the core elements that you must prepare for. So either take a screenshot of this, write these down. What you want to do is, let's say you have your journal, your notebook, whatever it might be. You're going to have a clean sheet of paper, and you're going to write at the top, you're going to have a sheet of paper for each. So this is for the passions bucket, you see there, that's blank. Then you're going to have another sheet of paper for your fascinating facts, and you see that's blank. You're going to do that 6 times. Any questions on what I just said? So you're going to have 6 pieces of paper. At the top will be each of these: passions, fascinating facts, credibility, accomplishment, quirks, superpowers. Yes, if you're tracking with me, I need somebody to comment in the comment yes. All right, here we go. Yes, we're doing branded bio. So 6 sheets of paper. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Jacqueline and Deb. Okay, the people are tracking. 6 blank pieces of paper at the top, these buckets. Take a picture, write them down so you don't forget them. Now, for each one, you're going to, I say this all the time, you're going to need to woosah. You're going to need to get reflective, because you will forget. So, and I'm telling you this just from firsthand experience, because I had to submit all of my credentials, all of my stuff. I told you guys I'm on the short list for the top 100 influencers in advertising and marketing. And you have to send in like all of your stuff. And even for me, I had to do this work, get quiet, think, okay, let me look at the last year. What transpired? What accomplishments? What credibility markers did I add? And do this work, because you can't just off the top of your mind it. Because if I were to ask you, what did you have for lunch on Monday? You're not going to remember, most likely. So consider, now you're looking over the entire year. What have you done for your brand lately? It's not all just going to sit up in the top of your head. You're going to have to get reflective and think. You're going to have to look at your calendar. You're going to have to go through your emails. You're going to look at your phone, your text, anything that you can use to jog your memory is what you're going to do. So passions should be easy enough, but you would think so. I still want you to get reflective and don't necessarily try to do all of them at the same time. So if I were going to do this and I said, okay, right, I'm going to start filling up my passions bucket. So I have my passions, and then I'm going to start writing. Okay, so tennis, travel, beach, food, sushi, God, encouragement, whatever the thing that I'm passionate about, this is what you're going to do. You're going to start making your list. And if you want to fill it going down this way and then make another row, you want to fill the whole paper. And you don't want to rush it. You don't just want to do the first things that come to your mind. You want to grab those, and then you want to think even more. What else am I passionate about? So, am I passionate about world peace? Am I passionate about affordable access to healthcare for women? Am I passionate, right? You see what I'm saying? So you want to push it and go even deeper. Because the things that we love to do, food, good movie, a full-bodied Chardonnay, right? Those will come easy, but you want to push yourself to go deeper for each of the buckets, and your passions is no example, no different. Exactly. Jacqueline's example: exercise, helping single parent. So that's on that list. And what else? And what else? And that's what I want you to keep asking yourself. And what else? And boating, clothes, hair, nails, sushi, massage, and what else? And what else? That's the exercise. What you just saw Jacqueline do. What comes to mind? Okay, good. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, also like helping single parent. Oh yeah, and exercising. And what else? Right? Passionate about having fun. Passionate about living life to the fullest. Passionate about being, present. Right? Don't forget the Merlot or the cab. So you're going to do that for your passions. Then you're going to give yourself maybe, whether it's a 15-minute, 20-minute, it all depends on what's going on in your schedule at that time. But you want to do as much of a data dump as you can. Yep. You want to do a data dump, and then you want to come back to it. So you want to give yourself a break in between. Again, depending on what your calendar looks like, your schedule. If you come back to it the following day, it's fine. You're gonna dictate your calendar, but you want to do the dump. So writing for Miss Brenda, helping couples create intimacy, food, teaching, and what else, right? That's what you're going to do. And what else am I passionate about? You're going to be having a dialogue with yourself. What else am I passionate about? What else moves me? What else brings me joy? You want to have that full list. You take a break, 15 minutes, 20, half a day, whatever. Come at it again. So now you're looking at your full list. What else? What am I missing? What else? What am I missing? So you're activating your brain to be in on this work with you, to say, help me bring to the fore the things that I'm really passionate about. Because sometimes things you're passionate about, it's so like easy for you. You don't even think about it, right? So if I even said, encouraging people, I wouldn't even necessarily think I would be putting that on my passion, but I am passionate about that because I love to see people win. I love to see people move. I love to see people transform. That lights me up. But I do it every single day of my life, whether it's on the morning show that I do, whether it's here in brand therapy, whether it's with my clients, whether it's doing it's so a part of the fabric of my life that you may just kind of overlook it, but don't overlook it. Put that down. What do you get excited about? What would you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday to go do? And it's raining and cold outside. That's how you dig deep for the things that you're passionate about. Oh, the flight to Paris is at 2 a.m. Okay, no sleep till Paris. We're getting up early on a Saturday to go do that for sure. That's how you dig in and find your passions. Fascinating facts. Again, you're going to do the same thing. Now you might be like, what in the world is a fascinating fact? A fascinating fact is just something that you've done, something that you've experienced in life. It doesn't have to even do anything with your business or your brand. It's just a fascinating fact. So example, a fascinating fact for me would be, when I was in New York interning at WABC TV, I interviewed Liam Neeson. Just a fascinating fact. Just like, oh, wow, you interviewed Liam Neeson. What's your fascinating fact? And this one's going to take you more work. This is what I'm saying. Don't try to do them all in the same day. Because if your brain isn't used to processing fascinating facts, you're going to feel like you're at a loss. Another fascinating fact for me would be, I lived in Paris for 4 months while I was working on the IBM account at Ogilvy and Mather. Oh, that's fascinating. Really? Where did you live? Oh, I lived in the 8th arrondissement. So fascinating facts. Doesn't necessarily have anything to do with it, but just a life experience. Right? And you build on those. Okay. And then you're going to do the same thing. Let me get back onto the sharing now. So then this could be now the next day, your credibility. Your credibility now, right, gives you the license to speak. This is the thing that you hold up as, this is my marker, my proof of why I am a subject matter expert in this thing that I say I do called life, business, my brand. What are your credibility markers? Yeah, so this is a good example that Jacqueline has here. You know, she met a top designer, and you would say, you know, who that top designer was, you know, went hot air ballooning. That has nothing to do with their business. That's just fascinating. It's like, wow. And here, why are the fascinating facts important? Because that's what you're going to use. That's what's going to grab people's attention to go, oh, check this out. This person spent a night in Alcatraz. It's nothing to do with why you're a speaker, why you're a good health coach, why you're a good business coach, nothing. It's just fascinating, right? You're looking for ways to pull people in, like, ooh, it says something about you, that you're here for the living of life, that you're not just existing, you're not just surviving, you're thriving, you're doing things, you're experiencing, you're in more life. Brenda says, I was held prisoner in a 5-star hotel with a gold toilet seat after I created an international incident. That's a fascinating fact. That'll get people's inquiry going, like, really? Tell us more. What's that about? So you guys get the idea. So the credibility, the things that give you license to speak, that shows you have tenure in your position, right? So if you are a health coach, that you would say something like, you know, let's make this up, you know, a certified nutritionist, you know, bachelor's degree in nutrition and wellness. That's credibility. Certified, you know, health and wellness concierge for celebrities, right? That's fascinating, and it's also credibility. Then your accomplishments, things that you've done, things that you have kind of like gathered under your belt as you've been doing this thing called life, business, and brand. So for example, it would be something on the lines of the line, like, you know, written a book, you know, published author. I mean, you can see how that can work in terms of both accomplishment. You know, I spoke to 10,000 room of 10,000 women, you know, on how to show up to be the best version of themselves. You want to do, and again, you're not doing these on the same day because it's going to be too much. Your brain's going to be like, whoa, Nelly. So then remember, you're going to keep, the reason you're keeping these on separate things, because something will come to you. Even when you start working on fascinating facts, you might go, oh my gosh, this passion, and you come back and you write it down. You want to have papers that are just individual, not a whole like, oh, what did I write here? What did I write here? We've got to be professional, do this right. Your quirks. Your quirks are just funny things, have nothing to do with your business or brand, but just like, you know, I'm a coffee addict, me a quirk. You know, I take my tea with both, you know, lime and lemon. Could just be a quirk, right? It's just something that makes you you. Yeah, ideally, and again, if you have free time and you can like take breaks in between, but I would say yes, because remember now, we're doing this just to get ready. We're doing this when there's no pressure on us. This is the assumption that we're just crafting the branded bio from scratch. So we're going to do it right. So it gives you time to think. There's no pressure, right? You're just building and you're building. So yes. Let's see. Right. So that would be like, an accomplishment. Like once a book is published, I'm a published author. That's in your accomplishments as well. Wrote my book for, women's thriving and vitality, whatever it might be. So then those are the quirks. And then the superpowers. The superpowers are the things that you do so well that you are in such flow with that it just comes naturally to you. So the reason I have Diana's picture here is because we did this, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago. And I wanted to give you the example for Diana Moret. So for her book, she has a book club that she does, I think, each month. She loves to travel. So you kind of get a sense, we talked about that before. Those are the types of things that would be in your passion bucket. Fascinating fact is that she speaks fluent Spanish. She's lived in 4 countries and on 1 island, right? Has nothing to do with her business as a business profit coach, but it's just fascinating. Like, wow, that's interesting. She's run 10 full marathons. That's fascinating. Credibility. She's a certified Green Belt 6 Sigma. That gives her license to speak when it comes to business operations, helping people maneuver through knowing their numbers for their businesses, right? That gives her credibility when she says, yeah, come join my, business operations program. The credibility that says, yeah, I'm, 6 Sigma, and I have a bachelor's degree in accounting, and I was on the dean's list of the University of Cincinnati. Credibility markers. You're like, oh, okay, she definitely knows what she's talking about. Then these are the accomplishments for her. She's an Alan Cohen certified life coach. So anything that you do above and beyond, right, where again, it kind of gives you that energy of always learning, always doing. These are things that I've accomplished. Here you would put, if you were the author, you'd put a book. Quirks, coffee addict, right? Nothing to do with her business or brand, but that's one of the things that she's known for. Like she'll order like 2 venti, whatever she drinks from Starbucks. I have another friend who's the same thing. Like she'll order 2 and have one for the next day because God forbid they should ever run out of coffee in her house, right? So that's just a quirk, but it makes you interesting. And so we say, work your quirks. The quirks make you interesting. You're not just vanilla. You're just not, another same old. This person is interesting for this reason. An interesting quirk would be like, oh, I love, having pet snakes. That's a quirk. Has nothing to do with your business and brand, but it makes you interesting. And her superpower, right? So she loves numbers. Most people, most business owners, most female business owners are like, oh my God, I'm not a numbers person. For her, I coined the phrase for her, the numbers whisperer. Because she loves numbers. She can do the numbers in her head. She can tell you about profit margin, She loves pivot tables. She loves Excel. So, right, those are her superpowers, the things that she does so brilliantly that other people may struggle with. But for her, it's grace and ease. So I want us now to, so for sure, like would be a superpower, right? I can just see anything. I can see a picture of anything and make it. I need a pattern. I need nothing. Show me a look. I can design it. That's a superpower. So right now, we've got about 29 minutes left in today's session. I want you to physically right now, get your pieces of paper, select the one that you want to start with. You can choose any, but I want that list to be started. At least let's get one kind of going well, and then we'll jump to the remaining 5, and I'm going to help you put in at least 1 in each. So does everybody have a journal? Do you have a printer paper? Do you have like copy paper, whatever? Do you have 6 pieces of paper in front of you right now? Say yes if you do in the comments. Okay. Whoever this is, can you just comment back and let me know your name? And hopefully maybe next time when you come on, it'll show your name, but just so I know who this is, that just Facebook user that said yes. Okay. All right, Jacqueline. All right, good. So, okay, got it. So everybody who said yes, which bucket are you going to start working on? Which bucket are we going to start filling for you right now? It's Arvis. Arvis says I can't get it together with StreamYard. I don't know why. Okay, good. So we're going to do passion for Arvis. Who else is doing which bucket at okay, AJ credibility, Brenda passion. I love it. Okay. So I'm going to start with, because Arvis was the first one. Okay, Arvis. So on your passions list, I want you to just, so these we're going to just do the ones that come very, top of mind quick. Start writing. What are you passionate about? So again, these are things that you look forward to doing. You love to do it. Your friends and family know you for this thing, right? Okay, Melody says passion as well. Okay, good. So then everybody who's doing passion, these are the thought starters, the thought jumpers for you. What do you love? Like, what lights you up? Think where you are right now. If you're in your home, I want you to look around and see what's sparking any like ideas for you and start writing. You're passionate about, let's just say in your bathroom, it's like, oh, I love taking long, hot bath soaks. Put that down. In your house, what's in the house? The kitchen. Are you passionate about cooking? Do you love to create homemade cookies, baked goods, whatever? Like, let's just stay in the kitchen. What about, is there anything in the kitchen that you're passionate about? Food, you're passionate about eating, you're passionate about, foods from across the globe, right? You're a foodie, right? You love to explore anything having to do with food. If any of those apply to you, just start jotting down now. We're in the bedroom. You're passionate about what? Do you like to sleep like long, lazy Sundays? Do you, oh, please. Yes. So, okay. So again, tea, right? So that could be something that you're really passionate about, exploring different types of teas, etc. So in the bedroom, whether it's like sleeping, reading a good book to like, lull you off to sleep. Okay, Arvis says God, encouraging others, prayer, strategist, writing, speaking, inspirational words, helping people to discover their purpose, rest, love, freedom. Love it. So put all of those in your passion bucket. So then now let's think about, so that was like using the home as like a thought starter. Is there anything like on your person for yourself that you're passionate about, right? You're passionate about human connections. You're passionate about, connecting with girlfriends. You're passionate about, creating those types of like really strong relationships, right? You're passionate about listening, you know, you love listening to people's stories. You are, you know, passionate about transformation in your look. So again, this would be kind of like for people who are like, I love to have new looks. Like, you know, I'm passionate about showing up in new and exciting ways, whether it's clothing, your fashion, your hair, whatever. Like that type of passion. Okay, making dream catchers. Okay, perfect. So outside, now we're in the yard. Is there anything out there that you're passionate about? Gardening, agriculture, planting trees, you know, eating food from the earth that you have planted yourself, organics. Let's see what else might be in the yard, like the, you know, like the animals, like who comes to visit you, like the birds, the lizards, right, the butterfly. Just think of your environment, what's on the outside, and yep, exactly, yes, perfect. So put that on the list. So we're outside. We like kind of went through the house. And again, too, if you have a home office, think about, you know, is there anything in the home office? You know, like in my home office, right? It's like curated with art. I'm passionate about collecting art. Like I look at my art and I see all my travels. I see my trip to France. I see my trip to North Carolina where that artist painted that picture. I see my trip to Georgia. I see, right? I see it all, you know, my trip to Thailand, I can see it, my trips to Africa, like everything that I've collected reminds me and refuels my love for art. Okay, yeah, butterflies. So put that on, and you see, we're not filtering anything now. We're not judging anything. We're like, we're just data dumping. So we're outside. So we did your home office, the kitchen, bathroom. You know, are you passionate about perfumes? You know, like aromatherapy, smelling good. Like, you know, are you diffusing essential oils around your home? You're like, so this is why I'm saying, you see how we can't just do it that quickly. Even when I'm giving you these prompts, then more things will come up. So writing. So everybody, we're doing passion right now. Yeah, right. Passion, you know, like for me, fresh cut flowers or live plants, passionate about. Like my husband can tell you, if he cuts a plant, and I'm always looking for a way, can we like resprout that? Can we plant that so that can grow? He looks at me like I'm crazy, like, we'll just go to Home Depot and buy more. I'm like, no, don't kill, like, if we can save it, save it. So right, journals, right, exactly. Do you collect journals? You know, do you are like, oh my gosh, there's not a journal in sight that I don't love. Fresh flowers, exactly. So now we're outside. What's outside in the front of the house? Then there's the car. Are you passionate about fast cars? Are you passionate about motorcycles? Are you passionate about, you know, bicycles? You know, I'm trying to think of all the things that could be in the front of the yard or in the garage. You know, are you passionate about, let's go in the garage now, like, right? So we have a golf cart, we have our golf, we have our tennis. So that would go on the list. Golf, tennis. What else are you passionate about? Running, cycling, now we're in sports. Now we're in the garage looking for all of like the equipment that you use for your sports. Anything there. Grab those, put those down on the list. So you see, you're just going to keep building. You're going to keep building. You're going to keep building. So let me just say now, we've got, how many people have at least 20 things on their passion list? Or tell me how many you have. And I'm going to tell you where we go next. How many items did so for those of you who are just doing passion, how many of you? Okay, so Arvis has at least 20, Brenda's got at least 20, Deb's got 32. What? I love it. You want to keep going. Okay, AJ, I love it. AJ's got 15 now. You want to push to get to at least 20. This is like, when you either you bring a mop or a sponge and you squeeze it once, there's more water still in there, right? And you squeeze and right? This is what we're doing. I want to get every bit of it out of you. What am I passionate about? Am I passionate about healthy eating? Right? Am I passionate about puppies? Am I passionate about collecting, mugs from around the world? Whatever it might be. Then we're going to dig deep now into like some of like the bigger worldview things. World peace. Passionate about, like home safety, home decor, anything around just the idea of having a safe home. If there's anything in that you're passionate about, go ahead and put that. Anything around, I'm just going to throw out some other ones. Travel. Go ahead and put those in there, right? Entertaining at home. Yes. So keep adding. When you think you've got enough, let that list now sit and keep it open. So then as more things come to you, you can add more. Then I'm going to give you the next one. We're going to do fascinating fact. I want everybody, those of you on the replay, do #replay, but play along. I want you to put one fascinating fact in the comments now about you. What's one fascinating fact? And remember, we use the example we use for Diana of, she's run 10 full marathons. She's lived in 4 countries, and on one island, she speaks fluent Spanish as examples. What's one fascinating fact about you? Did you have tea with the Queen? Did you get a private, did you fly private with Michael Jackson when he was going to his Encino Ranch? What's something that's fascinating? And it doesn't just have to be celebrity. It could be, I camped overnight in the Serengeti with no tent. I don't care. But what's fascinating? One fascinating fact. So see, this is where you're going to have to like really dig into your life and think back and say, what have I done? What have I exactly? Arvis is so cute. She's like, let me put my glasses on and think and look. Exactly. What was something that was fascinating that you did? There you go. Met and spent time with the Brady Bunch dad, Robert Reed. Right? I had tea with the Brady Bunch dad, or coffee or drinks, whatever it was. I gave you my example. I interviewed Liam Neeson when I was when I was interning at WABC TV. I want to push everybody to get one. I want to see one right now. So Brenda's already kicked us off. What's a fascinating fact? I think Jacqueline already gave us hers, that she met a top designer. I think it was Versace, if I recall correctly. Jacqueline. Love this. Deb's visited 28 countries. Perfect. Another one that I would do, I might say something like, I booked a trip and did 2 nights in Bangkok. Just by myself. Don't judge me. Just because I wanted to keep my gold miles on Delta. I'm like, I need a trip that's going to get me the miles. Where can I go? And it was expiring like at the end of the month. And I was like, oh no, we're not going to lose gold status, honey. So we're just going to fly to Bangkok and spend 2 nights and come back. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. Right? What was a fascinating fact about you. See, this is then where sometimes we struggle to recognize our genius, our interest, where we don't spend time celebrating that and can stand confidently in that and to say, you know what? Let's see what. There you go. I was a TV show host when I was 16 years old for Teen Time. Yes, we love that. So good. Because here is how that, let me use this as an example for AJ. So this is a fascinating fact, and I'll tell you why it'll work for AJ if he ever gets to use this and have a dialogue around this. So he can say without hesitation, of all the people who are currently in the accelerated program, he's the only one that got a scholarship in. Like everybody else is paid to be in the accelerator. AJ is the only person, will be the only person, at least for the foreseeable future, that was scholarshiped into the accelerators program. And it wasn't because he gave me a pity story. He wasn't even asking for it. He didn't even know that was even a win that he could get. But I observed his behavior. We were doing the 21-day Deepak Chopra meditation challenge. And of all the people that started when I kicked off that challenge, AJ was the only one who stayed committed, who did the work, who was along that 21-day journey, ride or die with me. And nobody knew that I was even observing that behavior and was going to gift a scholarship to those who finished. So that speaks to his character, that speaks to his attention to detail, that speaks to his follow through. So he could use that. So when you're doing that, you're in an interview, you're at a conference, you're using that as an example to say, this is why you need to keep your word to yourself. And this is why when you do something and you say you're going to do something, you need to follow through with it. Because here's an example. You know, Faith James, who is CEO and founder, 2-time international bestselling author, creator of the Brand Accelerator program, has her course on AppSumo, you know, top 100 influencer marketing and branding in the world. I'm the only one she gifted into her program. That's not about me. That speaks volume to AJ, that he and his brand and the way he moved through the experience with me would command. Like I said, he didn't ask me for it. He didn't even know that was even a potential for him, that it compelled me to scholarship him in. That's how you can use that. Who else? Fascinating fact. I want to help you through this because, guys, this is what is going to help you to stand out. You see, it's so easy to say, oh, I worked here, I did this, my role, my responsibility was this. I live in Jersey with my husband and 2 cats. That's easy. Nobody cares about those types of bios. You are so welcome, my love. So welcome. Nobody cares about that stuff. That doesn't get anybody's attention. Another fascinating fact. I mean, again, these are just, they don't have to be like big, huge, massive things, but I want to help you think differently. So a fascinating fact was I had what plane was this? This was Delta when I was coming back from Prague. Again, because I'm a collector and lover of art, I was like, no, ma'am, you're not going to fold up my artwork, original artwork, and put it underneath or up. I'm like, it cannot be folded. Like, this is priceless art. The captain of the plane took my art and flew it with him in the cockpit. Just what are some fascinating things that happened for you? This is the work that's so important that you must do. Let's see. Brenda says, I love this. I really have a lot of them and never thought of them before. See, this is what, I posted in the tribe that TikTok video where the woman who was doing, the girl who was doing the makeup, and she was talking about, how Rihanna created Fenty and why we need to like put the blinders on and don't worry about who's doing what, because we have genius in us. And she was like, because your gift's going to pop different than theirs. Even if somebody's doing the same thing, your gift is going to pop different than yours. You have so many gifts popping, but we don't give attention to it. So now it's like, yeah, I'm actually like a rock star. I won a lip sync contest perform. There you go. Thank you, Arvis. So you see, that's not even about like celebrity thing, but it's like she won a lip sync contest. So I'm curious, I'm interested, like, okay, can you actually sing? Are you a singer incognito? Like, right? It's so much of an attention getter. It pulls people in. It creates these connection moments. Because imagine you're in front of a room of 1,500, 200, whatever people, and you say, and I'm a proud card carrying member of the elite group of lip sync contest winners. The people who are all about the lip, who are like, oh my gosh, that's my girl. Yes, let's do a lip sync battle. You form those connections with the people that you don't even know just by the things that you say that you've done, because we find, we look for ways to connect with people. So because I live for the even though, nevertheless people, when I spot them, I'm like, you have to come into my tribe. When I spot AJ and he was, oh no, we are bringing him over to this side of town because we live for those types of people. Okay, my love, take care. So that's what you want to do. This is why when Brenda was saying, is this like a 6-day thing? You see how it could potentially get there, because you've got to really think into it, right? Another fascinating thing, I'm just trying to give you more. I could say, I bartered my own, job in advertising on Madison Avenue. And we're like, what is that? Because the story, and I have it in my book, Ladies Power Up Your Brand, where I tell the story of one of my colleagues, my cohort, really. She was in a communications program with me, Annette Mata. Shout out to Annette and Robert. We were just walking in the city, bumped into each other. She had gotten the internship at Ogilvy, and then she also got an internship for Channel 47 Noticias, and she's a Latina. So she was like, yeah, I'm going to go with that was kind of more in her wheelhouse, like more appealing to her. And Annette says to me, she's like, do you want the Ogilvy gig? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I have my resume. I have all my details. I show up at Ogilvy on Monday when nobody's seen me a day in their life. They interviewed and hired Annette Mata, not Faith James. But Faith James dared show up with my things in hand. And I said, Annette's not going to make it, but I'm here. What do you think that says about me? So bold and fearless and daring and risk-taking and unafraid and unapologetic. Those are character traits that for people who look for those things, and that would be appealing for a job or a position that you're going for, you would add that element in your bio. Let's say you're going in for it's a sales position or a VP of business development, and say, you know what, I eat deals for breakfast. Sales is my jam. In fact, I did my first deal on Madison Avenue for my own career, unbeknownst to the hiring manager. And be like, wait, what? Now you're interesting. Now people are interested. Who is this chick that dares be so bold? Step forward, right? Let me know a little bit more about you. What are you made up of that you do that? This is okay, guys. So let me just say this to you. If you're not an accelerator, comment accelerator. Let me find the thing, because if you're loving this, comment below right now, accelerator. If you are loving this, Honey, there is so much more that we do in the accelerator. I'm just giving you a taste, a little appetizer, right? A little tapas, so you can see the type of work that we do on an ongoing basis in the accelerator program for $97. One-time pay, and you're done, and you're in for life. So it amazes me, and this is again where I want people to sort of check in with themselves, where you have this amazing opportunity and we're still hesitating. We're like, if success likes speed. So when you see opportunities like this, you need to just hop and jump on it with the quickness. Oh, Arvis, that's wonderful. I hadn't heard from the team that okay, that's fantastic. Welcome, my love. Welcome, welcome. So this is the power that we do. When we say we power up brands, this is what it looks like. This is what it feels like. Because if you're just walking around with a bio that looks like it was created back in the 80s, nobody's impressed with that. You're not going to get anybody's attention. There's 345,000 businesses being formed every single month. The place is crowded. We have 3 minutes to go. And you can see why Brenda says, is this like a 6-day thing? We can't do this all in an hour, but I want to give you the framework of how to get started. So now, and so obviously we're going to continue this in the accelerator in February. We're going to do work on this. So if you're in, wonderful, keep your list going. We're actually going to get to the point where we're creating the bios. If you can just stop for a second and think, what would it feel like if somebody said, I have an opportunity for you right now, send me your details, your bio, your credentials, your media kit. That's another one that we're going to do in the accelerator, is if you're a professional and you are looking for opportunities to be in the media and you do not have a media kit, you want to get in the accelerator, because I'm going to show you my media kit. And my media kit's actually a live media kit, in the sense that it's a link, and when they click on it, you click it, it takes you, the video starts to play right there in the PDF. You click on my Instagram, because there's a section where you want to show, your reach and your following, where it says, I have 13,000 people following me on Instagram. They can just click it and it'll take them right to my Instagram. So they'll know straight away, is this chick for real or not? So you want these professional tools. Literally everything that I do in my business that's working is what I give to the accelerators. This bit here of actually the doing of the work is only done in the accelerators, but I just want to give you an example of the things that we do. Let me tell you why this is key. So for those of you who are on Clubhouse, if you're on Clubhouse, follow me at Faith James. Just find me, follow me, I'll follow you back. I was in a room with Grant Cardone. How many of you know who Grant Cardone is? And he was in the room with Ryan and Shanna and a bunch of other people. And one of the person that they brought up to the stage was talking about connecting with Grant. He's got Cardone Capital. He's doing like Undercover Billionaire. I mean, this man is an enigma, and he's just so humble and just so real. And the person said, I would love to do, because listen, people, if you're not in Clubhouse, I was in a room with him. They gave away like $4,000. They were just giving away $100 bills for people who followed them, because it's the same thing like what I said, what I did with AJ. And Grant will say, okay, he brings somebody up on the stage and he's like, listen, so-and-so has only 300 followers. We need to get that person to 1,000 followers right now. Like, he's using his influence to tell the people, and he'll have like 2,000 people in a room, follow this person right now. In seconds, they go from 200 to they have 1,000 followers, just because Grant Cardone said so. Like, that's the power that he has, and the influence and the impact with his people. And Ryan, who's one of his business concierge, if you will, was like, you know what? I'm just going to look to see who actually did. So again, the action takers and the people who actually did it, not everybody's going to do it. The people who did it, he just picked some random names. He's like, DM me your PayPal, whatever. I'm going to send you $100. And he was just listing off names you're going to get just because when Grant said follow this person who wasn't like a celebrity thing, they're just, they have regular people that come ask them questions and they're like, follow them. People, they were just handing $100 bills. Success loves speed. So when the one person came in and said they wanted to do a room with Grant, and he was like, I'd rather do, like podcasts and the like, because he's got a strategic plan thing and he wants to have that content to do some other stuff. Because, in Clubhouse, you can't record anything. Like, it's just audio, you're in and it's like, poof, you missed it. Oh, well, so sorry. I sent an email and they gave the woman's name, who's other business concierge, she's going to handle the thing. So I sent an email and I said, hey, Annie, I hope you're doing well. I was in the room with Grant and Shannon, and heard Grant talk about wanting to do a podcast. So I wanted to submit my request in to have him come on my Brand Therapy Thursday show or my Brand Momentum morning show. I send 2 links to my show and I send a link to my media kit. Now, why do I send the link to my media kit? Because I'm showing my credibility and my influence and my accomplishments. So Grant Cardone knows I'm not like some crazy trick in the streets. You have to have these things done and ready to go, because that will, what did Brandon just say? Yes, success leaves clues, and I show you how to use them. Don't wait. It's next level branding. Thank you, Brenda. If I didn't have my media kit and if I didn't have my and all these things, it took me like a minute to send that email. And so here's what that does. You think I'm fearless when I go to Ogilvy and go present for a job that they didn't hire me, that I'm going to be afraid to send Grant Cardone, who doesn't know me a day in his life, an email? No, ma'am. Jesus says you have not because you ask not. Seek and ye shall find. So when you have these tools at the ready, you go boldly into that good night. Because what's going to happen? Annie's going to ignore the email, or she'll read it and say, thanks, but no, this is not in alignment with Grant and what he's doing. Okay, no worries. Guess what? I build up more superpowers, because now I am like, who's next? Who else am I going to email? Once I heard Brenda Warren say that she wanted Lisa Nichols would be somebody that she wanted to connect with. You know what I did? Because I'm fearless, Faith. I just went into my LinkedIn and messaged her and said, one of my clients would love to connect. Of course, Lisa Nichols gets hundreds, thousands. It mattered not to me. It was the action that I took that makes me doubly fearless. I go to Grant Cardone. Anybody. Who's next? The only fear that you need to have is fear of God himself. And even then, you don't even need to fear him. That's it. Everything else, you just need to have the tools and the skills to move forward. So when you build up your brand, when you build up your deliverables, I tell you the story before, when I got that contract from the nonprofit in Port St. Lucie a few years ago, and it was an RFP. Many other people submitted. It narrowed down to 3. I was one of the 3. I got the RFP, was awarded to my company, and she said, I just want to let you know, your proposal was the most expensive, but when I looked at your stuff, I said, this chick knows her stuff. You can't make this stuff up. This is how I move through this earth. And I want to be able to share, to give, to train, to impart, to infuse. When everybody wins, the world wins. And I want the world to win. We have been struggling. We've been under, can we get a break? So many things happening, negative, low vibration, frequency, energy. We're tired. So we have to pierce through. We have to be that light in that thick, dark night. And so if I can help you win, if I can help you show up, if I can impart even a little bit of the fearlessness that I have, because my name is Faith and I walk by faith, not by sight, because I know God said he's got me, and I just move forward with that knowing, and I fear no man, because God's for me and he's got me, and who dare be against me? I want to give you some of my belief until you build your own. So come on into the accelerated program. This is what we're doing. If you're thinking, don't think, get in. Every month we do 90-minute huddle, and it's the first Monday of every month. So our February will be Monday, February 1st, right? Yep. So you want to be in. You want to be in for that. You want to be in when we start February challenge. You just want to be in. Like if you're serious, you're a professional, you're looking for help, you know you've got gifts and talents, but you're not really sure how to do it. Like I said, I do this every single day. I eat this stuff for lunch and twice on Sundays. So come, let me help you. So one more note, the accelerator, that's how you spell it. That's how you say it. When you type that in, it'll send you information in your messenger, and you will get the information to get signed in. Do you guys have any questions for me before I wrap us? I'm so grateful to you guys. You fuel me beyond your own imagination. You have no idea how much this means to me, because this is what I know to be true. Where two or more are gathered, God himself is in this mix. God himself is about to do a work in all of our lives, in all of our businesses, for all of our brands. We just have to stand together, lock arms, know it's true. We're going to jump. We're going to build our angel wings on the way down. All is well with us. We just got to make sure we stay together, united as a front, determined, resolved that we have gifts and talents that we're going to go forth and multiply into this world. And we've got to get serious about it right now. So not sure who this is, but just type this word, accelerator, just as you see it on the screen. And you will get information, details on the program in your Facebook Messenger. So that is going to be awesome. Yeah, come on in so we can start February off with a bang. Any questions, guys, before I wrap us? Let's see, where am I going? Looking for comments. Okay, so I'm not sure who this is. So just maybe type now your name just so I can be on the lookout and make sure I tell the team if I don't see you that make sure they follow up with you. But if you type accelerator, you should be able to get that. All right, we're 8 minutes over. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for just taking a stand for yourself, for your business, for your brand, for your life. Because there's so many things that you could be doing out there. But why you're here and what I know that my people need, they need somebody who's going to be their Sherpa. Do you know the difference between a Sherpa and Google Maps? Google Maps will show you, yeah, here's a path. That's how you ascend. Print, carry your phone with you, go with God. A Sherpa is making that ascension with you. I love you guys so much. Thank you all. Be well. Selena, okay, great. So I will have the team look out for the name, but if you type accelerator, you should get something in your Facebook Messenger. All right. So be well. Let's see, is there anything else? So tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Brand Momentum Morning Show, any of the platforms. I will be having the team send information out. If you do anything that is relevant to momentum or motivation or just things that you're even doing in your own personal life, like what do you do to keep yourself going? I want to invite you as a guest on the show. It'll just be, look, it's this, just bring your coffee. It's casual. There's no slides. There's nothing. We're just going to have a kiki and we're just going to talk and we're going to be about helping the people. The mission for the show, the morning show, is inspire into action. So if that's you, look out for that information. I'd love to have you on the show. All right, everybody, take care. Be well.